Have you ever watched someone you trusted with your whole heart turn into the very person who tried to ruin your life? Yeah, I have. Ava was my best friend. My ride or die since high school. The one I called at 2 a.m. when I had a breakdown. The one who cried at my proposal video and screamed when I said yes to the dress. She was supposed to be standing beside me on my wedding day, not stabbing me in the back before I ever made it down the aisle. And Liam, my fiancé? He had no idea she was planting little lies in his head. Little whispers, doubts, questions that I never thought I'd have to defend myself against. At first, I thought I was being paranoid. I mean, who suspects their own maid of honor is making moves on their man? But the signs started stacking up and fast. And when I finally saw the proof, clear as day, I made a decision. I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't play the victim. I'd play it smart. I'd make her expose herself. In front of everyone. What she didn't know was, the party she helped me plan was going to be her downfall. And trust me, what came next left the entire room speechless. You ever get that gut feeling something's off, but you can't prove it yet? That's exactly where I was with Ava. At first, it was just small stuff. Harmless, or so I thought. She offered to help with wedding planning, which I appreciated. But suddenly, she was always around Liam. Like, every time I wasn't available, she magically was. She'd drop by the apartment, just to help with centerpieces, and end up laughing with him in the kitchen for half an hour. She started suggesting couples photoshoot locations, with her standing next to him, to test the angles. Like, excuse me? One night, Liam came home and said, "Ava told me you've been overwhelmed lately. Maybe we should scale back the guest list." Wait, Ava said that? Since when does she speak for me? I brushed it off. Told myself I was being dramatic. But my eyes were open now. I started watching. Testing. I'd say no to an idea, just to see how Ava reacted. Every time, she pushed harder, as if her version of my wedding was better than mine. She'd joke about how Liam and her had great taste and you're so chill, maybe too chill. Too chill? For my own wedding? I smiled through it. But inside? My blood was boiling. Still, I didn't confront her. Not yet. Because deep down I needed proof. And I didn't have to wait long because the proof found me. In the form of one message I was never supposed to see. You ever open someone's messages and instantly wish you hadn't? Because that's exactly what happened. It was a random Tuesday. Liam had left his iPad on the counter while getting ready for work. I wasn't snooping, I swear I wasn't. I was literally just trying to airdrop something. That's when I saw it. A message thread with Ava. Curiosity got the best of me. I tapped. And my stomach dropped. There it was, Ava's message. "You deserve someone who really sees you. I'd never take you for granted the way she does." I read it twice. Then a third time. My throat went dry. My heart? Pounding so loud I thought Liam would hear it from the next room. Who says that to someone else's fiancé? What kind of best friend does that? And worse, it wasn't even the first message. She had been flirting with him for weeks. Little compliments, inside jokes, sending him memes at 2 a.m. Acting like I was some distant figure in the background of their secret connection. I confronted Liam. He swore nothing had happened. Said he didn't know how to respond. That he'd been trying to avoid drama. But let's be real, silence is a response. Still, I wasn't going to burn everything down. Not yet. Because now I had the receipt. And if Ava wanted to play games behind my back, I'd just flip the script, in front of everyone. You ever smile through gritted teeth just to set the stage for someone's downfall? That's exactly what I did. After reading those messages, I didn't scream. I didn't block her. I didn't even tell her I knew. I invited her to the engagement party. I told her, "You've done so much already, it wouldn't feel right without you helping." She smiled like she'd won. I smiled because she had no idea what was coming. The plan was simple. Give her enough rope and let her hang herself. We booked this gorgeous rooftop venue. Twinkle lights, champagne towers, a violinist, everything picture perfect. Ava helped coordinate every detail, even picked out her own dress. Bright red, of course. She wanted to be seen. And I let her shine. The day of the party, I handed her the mic. "Say a few words," I said sweetly. You've been such a big part of our journey. She looked thrilled. The center of attention, just where she wanted to be. She gave this fake, bubbly speech about love, trust, and friendship. The irony? Delicious. Then it was my turn. I stood up, took the mic, smiled at the crowd, looked right at Ava, and said, "Before we toast to forever, I want to read something. A message someone here sent to my fiancé." Her face went stiff. Her glass froze midair. And that's when I pulled out the screenshots. But what happened after I read them? No one was ready for that. What happens when you expose a snake in a room full of people who thought she was your sister? Silence. I held up the screenshots like I was reading wedding vows. Except instead of love, I was reading betrayal. I read Ava's message out loud. "You deserve someone who really sees you. I'd never take you for granted the way she does." Gasps. She tried to laugh it off at first. "Are you serious right now?" But I didn't blink. "Oh, there's more," I said. And I kept going. Message after message. Flirty texts. Midnight memes. One even said, "If things don't work out with her, I'm right here." That one hit the room like a slap. Ava went pale, then red, then back to pale again. She turned to Liam like he was supposed to save her. He stepped back. Then I turned to the crowd and asked, "Would you want someone like this standing next to you on your wedding day?" No one spoke. Ava started stammering, something about misunderstandings and jokes taken out of context. I let her dig. And when she realized there was no coming back from this, she dropped her champagne and stormed out. Just like that. No goodbye, no denial, no fight. But the real twist? What happened after the party? When the truth went viral. And Ava tried to flip the story. What do you do when the person who betrayed you tries to play the victim publicly? You stay silent. Because the truth speaks louder. The morning after the party, Ava did what Ava does best: damage control. She went online and posted this long, emotional reflection about being blindsided and set up by someone she trusted. Yeah, me. She turned off comments. But it didn't matter. Because screenshots don't lie. People started reposting my speech. Clips from the party were everywhere. Someone caught the whole moment on their phone. Her words, my mic drop, the exact second she stormed out. No filters. No edits. Just facts. And suddenly, she wasn't the victim anymore. She was the villain in high heels and a red dress. Friends who once called her the fun one reached out to me with apologies. Even Liam's mom texted, "You handled that with more grace than I ever could." And Liam? He looked at me differently after that night. Not just like his fiancé. Like someone who'd protect herself and him no matter what. You see, betrayal hurts. But exposing it? That heals something deeper. So if you've got a best friend who feels a little too close to your partner, trust your gut. And when the truth shows up, don't run. Hand it the mic.